So yeah, bronze, Alistair NA with a Tristana against a Morgana Jinx. Alright, yeah, so that's already going to be an awkward laning phase for you anyway, depending on how good this Morgana is at spell shielding. You can definitely bait out the spell shields in order to get what you want here. This Anivia has to flash. Okay, that's fine. Okay, cool. That's good to note though. Like, their mid laner has already had to use flash level 1. That's totally possible for you to go into mid now when you hit level 2. So that's definitely something that would be at the back of my head. It's like maybe we can actually do a play on the mid here. That they've got no flash. So if I were you, I'd be thinking about figuring out a way to get into this mid lane once you've got your QW. But you notice this is bronze NA. Okay, so when you're playing relic shields, especially against a double poke generally.
F-Lawyer has added 5 to the berry bush.
Hey Farah, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs. I hope the coaching session helped you out. Much appreciated. Yeah, so you want to kind of like save your relic shield charges to hit 2 for the next wave. So just kind of happen nicely for you here. So you kind of want to start thinking about using it now in order to get that level 2 and try and engage. Yeah, good, then move forward. Right, so at this point here, I'll slow it down. That's 1, 2. So as soon as you hit the second one, you're moving forward into them. Okay? Because hopefully, in theory, Tristana auto attack moves forward as well, or this melee minion gets 2, you then do your combo. If they don't flash it, Tristana can then jump in. You probably won't get a kill, but you'll get them like really low. So here you like walk the other way, but I would like you to like move into them a bit here. Show that you kind of own the lane. Like here, like let's say the pathing here is also not great because are you running Hextech Flash as well? You got Inspiration secondaries. I can't check, but if you're running Hextech Flash, I'd even say like you could flash here level 2. Because you see here, this Tristan is about to hit this minion, and this Morgana is randomly walking forward. I'd say here you can get a WQ on this like instantly, right? Like if she's still walking into you. I have no idea what she's doing. This pathing in this Morgana is actually insane. Like what is she doing? You should be like you barely get level 2. Should be in your mind. Ask level 2. Good. Combo time. Like where is she going? You didn't even have to think about flashing there. The Morgana should be engaged on straight away there. I don't think she was paying attention either to like level 2 pressure. So I think because she was so far overextended in the lane, WQ would have landed, she would have had to flash away, you would have whacked down Ignite, Tristana would have jumped over. I think Morgana would actually be dead. Like there's no heal on the Jinx. I 100% believe she would be dead there. So just something to think about when you're playing a hard engaged support. So it's definitely first blood missed out for you. Okay, now you've had okay, so say for example like that never happened, alright? Let's pretend that position never happened, okay? You've now shoved it under turret. We had that flash off the Anivia earlier, right? Level 1. You could easily have started moving up here after you got level 2. Once those last couple caster minions are dead, walk up the river. Get behind into this position here. Or even behind here, flash over this wall and do damage to this Anivia. I think that's a legit play too, and that's something that should have been in the back of your head as well. Because yeah, like the other reason why you'd probably want to like look at doing mid anyway, even if the Anivia had flash, is because this wave is now awkward. Because you tried to get the level 2 advantage, which you did get. But in doing so, that usually means that your wave gets pushed onto the turret and then you ended up in this awkward situation because you can't ever engage like this, right? Because if you engage them here, you're taking turret shots. And Yeah, that's a good point to note as well. I mean, like Morgana's also taken W here level 2, so she doesn't have spell shield for until level 3 now at this point. But you can't engage here anyway because you'll be under turret. So that does free you up, and Tristana's relatively safe here. Like Tristana shouldn't be dying in this lane. She's got her W to get away, so you should be able to hopefully trust her not to screw up. I would be maybe a bit more hesitant to roam if I was like playing with someone that didn't have a dash, like a Varus or something. But there's definitely, like, with the flash already being used mid, there's definitely like reasons for you to warrant for you to be going into mid right now. Because right now you're not really able to do anything here. You're just like moral support. You want to get this cannon minion down and just try and push in this wave as quickly as possible, and then it will reset hopefully somewhere in the middle, and then you will be able to do something. Because right now you're kind of not able to do anything here. Okay, so now you want to try and put yourself in a position in lane where you can look to go in. You can see that their jungle's top side now, Warwick is top. So you know this is an isolation 2v2. You also know that Morgana hasn't got spell shield because she's used her pull. So once again, you could look at edging around the front of your melee minions, potentially flashing over queuing the Morgana and pulverizing and headbutting her towards your Tristana. That is definitely a play too. Like here, for example, that you could walk up behind this melee minion, and then like the Jinx has to respect it, right? If she doesn't, then you just flash, pulverize, headbutt. You just need to be way more aggressive here, particularly when you're playing with an aggressive AD carry early like Tristana. Like if this was like a Lucian, a Draven, a Samira, you'd want to be doing those kind of things at least anyway. Because right now you're not really... Okay, this is a better position for you to be in. This is interesting. Unfortunately, you do get hit by the binding, but it's like that's the kind of like, you know, the positions I want you to get into. That's fine. Tristana, no. This is now ended up in a garbage mess because of the the turret hit. Yeah, okay, that's just... It would have just been nice if you did this like way earlier on, right? When I mentioned it. I think maybe, I don't know, maybe the only reason you went in is because you hit 3 and you felt like you had like a level 3 to level 2 advantage over them, but like the level 2 with them being level 1 is way stronger than you being 3 and them being 2. So try and do that earlier. But this fight is a fucking mess. So the initial engage here is fine, right? Tristana following up here is good. I think you just... If you're going to engage like this straight away, I think your ignite is ready, it's bugged. So you just ignite the Jinx straight away, right? As soon as you commit everything at this point, you use everything. One mistake you do there is that you do have your E running. If you actually move one step closer towards Morgana, your E would have been like fully charged up, and then you would have been able to do an auto hit stun on something there. This is just so funny. Yeah, it's just an absolute mess. I would say though, on the end, because you got Hextech Flash. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, the only thing you can do here in this situation, in the end, that was a good Tristana pick, is you can only peel for your Tristana. I think here you just headbutt. Here, you don't even pulverize. You just headbutt. No! Oh my god. Are you gonna die from that? Yeah, you're dead. Yeah, so you just headbutt it away straight away. So here you just headbutt, just get it out of the way. Opens up the path being longer. Here you kind of almost help the Warwick getting in range. Then yeah. I don't think either of you needed to die if you just headbutt there. Okay, so you're coming out of base. I think what you're doing here is fine in terms of pathing. So you're going into mid, because what's going to happen is that in theory your Tristan is going to be pushing this wave and then recalling off anyway. You want to see if you can try and do a play somewhere on the map, preferably around mid, not necessarily spending too long there. But you could opt into doing something cheeky. You could go into like this wall over here, Hex Tech flash it over, headbutt pulverize. Could be a move. Like, yeah, because like here there's like no reason for you to come down bot side, right? You need to kind of like fish around. If you see the Warwick, then that's okay. At least you know where Warwick is for your team. But you need to be kind of proactive in terms of like doing something at this point. And there isn't like a massive amount that you could do. Like as soon as you see Warwick here, like this Hex Tech flash play here, probably won't work. But you know, you just headbutt him away and you should be fine. Like here, you don't need to help with the scuttle. It's cute that you're helping, but yeah. But hey, at least you're in a position now to like help out mid. Alright, let's see what you do here. No. Okay, so I know it's tempting to do headbutt pulverize, right, straight away. In a lot of cases, it is the right move to do. In this case, it's not the right move to do. You just want to headbutt. Okay, so if you just want to find a better angle as well to headbutt too, you kind of like just rushed into it, I guess, because you're trying to play like saving Brand's life, but at the same time you want to make sure that this Warwick dies anyway. So if I were you, I would be like, I might have to bring out the epic pen. The epic pen tool. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna bring out the, it's time for some geometry. 1 second, just loading up the program. The only reason why I don't run it is because it forces my PC to run at 60 FPS for some reason. Nope. Okay, is this working? Okay, that's working. Okay, so let's let the clip run. Until you're a bit more in position. So Anivia's egged. And Warwick's like here. You want to like wrap yourself around so that you're then pushing him under the turret like this angle. But because you're in such a panic rush about trying to save the brand here, like the fear's worn off at this point. So Brand's going to be just running this way here anyway. You have plenty of time at this point just to go like slightly diagonal and then go for it. But here, what you're doing here is you're going straight diagonal from here, and it's ending up in an awkward situation so that Warwick ends up like backing up away because he's starting to see the follow through, and then you're just nudging him into like this direction here. So your priority here is to make sure he gets pushed under the turret, and also you don't want to do headbutt pulverize because otherwise, when you're going in, he's going to stay in this area. That's a bad... Can I undo that? He's going to be staying around here. But you actually want him to be launched off further at the back, right? And then you can pulverize him afterwards. Because if you watch it, when it goes by, he moves back towards you slightly, but you're just headbutt pulverizing him on the spot, so he's not getting closer towards turret range. And I think what ends up having is just flashes like away. So it ends up being like super awkward. This is a very awkward what Brand's doing here. That's a very, he's gonna die from that, isn't he? And if he's gonna E him, right? She got creep blocked. But yeah, so you want to try and think a bit more in terms of like where the person's going and if you want them to go in that direction. So always pushing this Warwick into this turret is always going to be a better thing, right? And then you can then pulverize afterwards. Because if you just say if you just kept that angle where you were going. If you kept that angle where he was going, he would actually be like around here. Unfortunately, you have a Talia in your team as well, so she should be able to chase that by hugging the wall. She should be faster than this Warwick anyway. But yeah, I hope that kind of helps out reasoning there why you should only use... If you're pushing someone into a dangerous area, you want to make sure they go all the way there rather than just pulverizing them straight away after that. But after this, it's just a complete mess. You do your E properly here, that's fine. Just help the brand pushing this wave quickly so he can just reset. That's fine. No, this is insane. Okay, right. Now you want to help pushing this wave. Otherwise this brand's kind of screwed. You actually have to stay in this lane now and push this back in, okay? You can't leave the wave frozen like that. I know like Alistair is not exactly the best person to be pushing in the wave, but he has to. But you have to here. Okay, now that you've seen Morgana be mid, you know that the Jinx is by herself. Like it's probably going to be warded. You want to see and see. Basically, you want to see if a tower dive is possible here. It should be. Even if you die for it, it's fine. As long as Tristana gets the kill and then she can just jump straight out. It's worth sacrificing yourself here for Jinx to go for a 1-for-1 trade, but then she ends up losing XP and stuff. So let's see what you did manage to do here, or if Jinx be stupid. Okay, at this point you already know Morgana's back, so any dive potentially is going to be pretty impossible. Like at this point here, against like a Morgana, you could probably float into like, you know, you see Morgana here, okay, you're going to roam. Like Tristana should beat Jinx in every single 1v1 at this point into the game. So ideally if you can make that, if you can make it a 1v1 in the bot lane, you probably should. Yeah, like you're going quite deep under turret here for like, I know it's the plate's tempting and stuff, but you got no vision around here. That's so awkward, and your pulverizer's off unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, what you did there was a couple of misplays, but I don't think it would have changed the outcome there at all. Yeah, that's just a mess, isn't it, really? But yeah, you need to be wary. You can't... I think you're just getting greedy there for plate, right? That's just what I'm seeing here. But it's really difficult for you to actually go for that plate anyway in the first place. Like, you just can't. Like, even if this Warwick was not here, this is such a dangerous position for you to be in anyway. Like, you can't ever win a trade here anyway. Like, Morgana's pretty low, right? But if Jinx puts traps down under this turret, and then this kind of minion dies, you're then bound under turret. It just, like, it's just, you're just gonna get a really, 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 really bad trade here anyway. You can't do that on any engaged support. You can't do that on like Nautilus or Blitzcrank or anything like that. You can't ever put yourself in a position to be that deep under the turret. Because if you do get locked down, you're very, very screwed. So you kind of have to just hang around at the back and just get ready for to disengage any engage that's going to be happening. The only time when, like, as a tank you can hit the turret is like when it's obviously like 1v2 or 2v1. And even then, like, it's, you're not, unless you've got Demolish, you're not really going to be doing a lot. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I think you did the right thing there, going for Jinx rather than going for the Warwick. You would have been able to take the dragon anyway. What boots and stuff do you up to at this game? Boots of swiftness. Okay. Alright, Triss is already taking a lot of damage from this. But yeah, you see how like you can't, you know, start auto attacking the turret. Like, you know, you have to play back in the positioning. It's just that it had a moment of lapse. I think maybe a bit of greed for the plate. I think you do beat them in a... Okay, no, you don't beat them. My mind would be thinking about Jinx ulti. I'd be getting in a position here to block a Jinx ulti coming across if that was going to happen. But Tristana does kind of need to look to recalling now at this stage because she's way too low HP. Yeah. Oh, and it happened and she died. Yeah. I don't think it was your fault though. Like, I know you said that, I said you needed to block a Jinx ulti.
Hi.
Hey Crash, I think for the 27 months. I don't know why she's pathing like that though. That's just way too deep and disrespectful. I don't think there's anything you could have done there to save her. Yeah, there's not a lot you can do here either. I think I would probably end up staying here too. You probably should have... You didn't pop your ulti? How come you didn't pop your ulti? I think the initial thought there was okay. But as soon as you go in here, like, I think maybe you're thinking, like, I pop my ulti to get out of the Morgana stun. But you just... Yeah, I get what you're trying to do, stop Jinx taking plates, but A, you don't really have any right to do that, and B, if you were going to do that play, you pop your ulti right at the very beginning of that play. Yeah, I don't know what that was really overall. But you're doing the right thing, coming up mid, like, you know, coming out of spawn, looking to go mid. I will say though, making active plays around the mid lane here at this point isn't huge because the Anivia's not around. So I personally wouldn't be inclined to stay around too long. So yeah. Also, you can't really go to top side because your top has way too big of a deficit in resources in order for you to help her anyway. So yeah, being on this side of the map is fine. I would be looking to get a ward in this brush here. You could maybe get a cheeky one into this brush here too if you wanted to. I'd be interested to see where you ward here. Do you have wards complete? Yeah, you do. I think. Yeah, it's like it's okay. It's a little bit weak source. I think you could have probably put a ward in this brush at the very least. I like that you're active here in terms of trying to ward. I would just don't like. I think you would be better off getting like this ward over here. It just gives you more vision coverage. Because this ward basically says like, is there anyone coming around this corridor? But this ward would do the same plus more. The reason why people put wards in this bit here is because they don't have any priority in terms of reaching this brush. But I think you'd be fine. If Warwick jumps you, you can just headbutt him away and then you'd be fine. You still got your ulti. Do you know what I mean? Like, he would be wasting a lot of time going on for you there. And you've got mid lane priority as well. So you haven't really got anything to worry about. Like, Anivia's not in the lane. You got a lot of priority to reach into this brush and just go for it, really. There's no real concern or threat. Does Alistair ult work with suppression? I believe it gets you out of Malzahar ulti and Warwick ulti, but I don't think it gets you out of Mordekaiser ulti. I'm not sure about the Mordekaiser ulti actually. Okay. It's kind of weird, the disrespect here, because like, you see the Warwick here, right? Clearing out your wards. But you're still here, like looking to last hit minions. You even stay for that one, and you're staying for more. Yeah, like you know the war. Yeah, like I would assume at this point, what? The Warwick just cleared out your ward in this tri-brush, and you have no right to be going into this lane again. Like, you're in Narnia right now. But this shouldn't be a surprise. Morgana wasted her flash. That was a good Warwick flash, to be fair. That Warwick did a really nice flash. But both of you should have respected that situation where, like, you know, when enemy jungle is literally clearing out your ward, the first thing you should be looking at is where is your jungler? Well, your jungler is literally on the opposite side of the map recalling, which automatically should tell you there is no way you're getting any help down here if a fight does break out. You just have to back away. If you aren't aware of this, Warwick taking out your wards, then that's an even bigger problem, okay, that needs addressing super fast, okay? I don't know if you play music or whatever while you're playing your games and stuff. I would highly urge you to stop playing like music while playing your games and just like have better audio cue vision from the game itself that stuff is happening near you. Because if you weren't aware of this, then something needs to change in order for you to be able to pay attention to something like this, okay? Because there's no way that this gank should have ever happened. Yeah, that flash is insane there by Warwick, by the way. It's actually just crazy. The guy's Chad. I think you both would have survived with that headbutt. Okay, can I make a comment on this freeze? I think you did the right thing freezing. It's just that I wish you didn't pulverize the wave, because it's like now the minions are like half HP, and they're the caster minions at the very front, and they're just gonna get melted. So it's nice that you kept the wave where it is, and you're still denying enemy team CS. Like overall, it's good. It just could be a bit better if you didn't pulverize it. Okay, now you have to recall. Put any wards down, yeah, and then recall. You can't stay. You can't stay. You gotta recall. Honestly, the Tristana should be recalling here too. Hey, why did you go in? Did you get baited by Talia or something? Just trying to figure out what happened here. I think Talia may... No, Warwick says he's on the way. It's not even Talia. Why? You shouldn't be going in here. Because like, you already know that the Tristana's got like no HP and you've got no HP. You've got no resources to fight this. Like maybe if Talia ult is down first, then you can maybe go in off that. Tristana just needs to leave this lane. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's basically like laning phase over, and I think we've already established a lot of things that went wrong for yourself here. I would say like I think you could have got a couple of kills early in lane with like your level 2 advantage. If you're not able to get a level 2 advantage and the wave has been pushed in under turret, look towards going to mid if possible. Especially if like you have an AD carry with a dash, right? It's a bit more reliable to trust them being by themselves. I think... What's going on here? I guess it's just that you think that you can kill this Yorick 1v1. You don't have Ignite though, so yeah. Just kind of awkward here. Yeah, there's just a lot of... You just look kind of lost the entire game. I'm assuming... Is it just because you're inexperienced on Alistair, I guess? Is probably like my main guess here. Like, you're not sure on your own damage numbers, you're not sure on like your actual kill potential. You just seem very unsure of everything. Honestly, I probably would just straight up and say like Alice is not the champion for you. Like just like there are too many things that are off with the gameplay for me to just say like just don't play him ever again. Like don't. If you got other engaged champions, we can maybe have a quick look at like a Nautilus game or something that you said that you've done. But like I can tell Alice is not the champion for you because you're not exploiting the thing is with also a lot of engaged champions is there's a lot of split second decisions on when to go in, especially during the laning phase. And there's been a lot of instances, particularly around like that level 2, level 3, where you could have probably engaged like 2 or 3 times, but you didn't engage a single time, and you have to be able to identify those times and go in. Otherwise, you're just kind of like walking around like a walking ward. Also, Alistair is probably the best roaming support that you can play, and the fact that you never really had a chance to exploit that mid, and especially when Anivia had no flash, it's like a bit of an alarm bell ringing, like saying like that should have been an opportunity for you to get stuff happening. You should have had a kill either mid or bot lane by minute 4, I think. Really, I think there was definitely huge potential for you to get something there both times. And yeah, I mean, I think, should we look at one of your other games real quick and see what you're like on that? Because I don't feel like I necessarily even really taught you much here. Because here you're kind of like looking lost here again, because it's like you're going down to bot side, right? I guess you can see this Tristana's being engaged on, but like she's safe here. Like down here you're still patrolling down when Tristana's over here and Anivia's already back in the lane. Like even if you come down to here at this point, like you're not going to be able to do anything here. There's like no objective to be warding up or playing for here. You should be around mid. So yeah, you're kind of like, you look kind of lost the whole game. You're not sure where you should be and things like that. One thing I can take away from this game is you're doing nice freezing for your team. But how did you end up in that situation there like that? Like, if you've got no ward charges left, you should always be, even if you're full health and full mana, you kind of need to think about recalling so you have vision available to you. Okay, Nivea's insane for flashing for that. Oh, I don't think, I mean, there's not much you could have done to help there anyway. Now you're probably dead as well. Yeah, let's have a little look at a different gameplay, because I just feel like I'm repeating myself a lot, and I don't think I'm helping you that much now at this point. Let me close EpiPen. Let's have a look at this other hard engaged support game that you played that you did win, and they look like a little bit of a stomp. If I record a game using League of Legends graphs or op.gg, no, I only just take the games from the match history. I don't want to have to download files from people. Alright, we'll have a very brief look at this Nautilus game and see if you kind of make similar mistakes. So what have you got here exactly? You're playing Ashe Nautilus. You have pretty good catch potential if you do catch someone off early in lane, but like if it's the other way around and you get caught off, then it's going to be pretty bad. Particularly if Ashe gets caught off, you're going to have a really tough job like peeling off for her. So the main job for you is to try and make it so like you're the primary target focus rather than the Ashe. You're up against the Tristana Zyra, which is quite a whole lot of damage in lane, but I think you can still make the pick on like the Zyra in particular. Okay, invade. It should be a simple Q here. Auto. Okay, bold. I mean, yeah, you didn't have to auto. That's fine. Oh, this Tristana should be dead here too. Honestly, really good that you've already switched targets here. Like, really, really good. You already can tell straight away here that Tristana's dead, right? After you do this auto. Fantastic job identifying that you can just go straight to Brand here. You don't have to be onto this Trist. Hey geez, there isn't a waiting list. I just choose people at random in the chat. Well, a little bit at random. I prioritize longer standing viewers and subs and stuff. A little dance off. Bonus points for that. Yeah, pretty solid start lane phase. Who actually picked up the kills? So unfortunately, Ashe didn't get any kills, so she wasn't able to get stronger. But you know, you've already seen that like Tristana's already used flash, right? Well done, a freeze flame. Like Tristana's already used flash. You can use that massively to your advantage. So what you're looking for a level 2 advantage play here, trying to collapse onto this Tristana. You have ignite, for example. She has no flash. You should be able to get another kill here. If you don't get another kill here in the next 2 minutes, I'm going to be disappointed in you. Okay. I think you can posture up higher than this. I don't think you need to give them any respect. Right, here, once again, level 2 is about to coming around the corner. You need to be pushing up. Okay? You should already be getting close into their face, because if they aren't paying attention, then you should be able to hook in this Tristana. Okay, you're one more cast and minion away from level 2, and then you're not pushing forward. This is about to die, you're about to hit level 2, you haven't pushed forward. Right? So that needs to change. Yeah, that's happened in the Alistair game as well, right? You need to be focusing more on when you're getting level 2 and moving forward just before you hit level 2 in order to make a play, okay? Okay, enemy team didn't respect that at all. So there's that, but you should... you kind of need... Okay, so since Tristana hit level 2, she's going to be able to put a point in her jump. So what you want to do here is you want to auto attack first to root, try and bait out that rocket jump, and then hook after the rocket jump in order to kind of interrupt the dash so that the dash distance isn't as far, right? So I'm looking for auto and then hook. Auto, hook. Good. I mean, yeah, it's good. It's really good. It's a shame Ashe didn't follow that up, but I think that the hook, I think, could have been preemptive a little bit. I think the dash distance could have been closed a little bit, and I think she probably should have died, but that's what I'm looking for, right? So this is already like better mechanics already than your Alistair. So absolutely right here. I would have expected her to get ready to jump, because if she doesn't jump anyway, she's kind of screwed anyway at that point. It's nice that the hook connects. It's just a little bit too late. But as I said, that's what I'm looking for here. And you've got like flash. She's got no rocket jump available to her potentially. You've got flash. I want you back in their face. I want you to getting a kill here. Okay. It's okay. You got a massive lane advantage over them though. Like, you have a ward in the river, which is good. I don't know whose ward that is, but it's good. I would stay here in this lane. I wouldn't recall. You want to keep putting pressure on this Tristana. Ow. Okay. I think you've realized that you can maybe stay in the lane. Please tell me you can stay in the lane. No, why are you recalling? Go for it, go for it, go for it. Ah, no. Just have a little bit more trust in yourself and be a little bit more aggressive in these situations where the enemy has someone on this amount of HP. Okay, I think Ashe is probably going to die here though. Yeah, what's basically happened there is that you've let Ashe do all the work, even though she's got like 40% HP. Like, you shouldn't be hiding in this brush. You should be up in their face and stuff anyway to even prevent like even this Ash being caught off. Okay. I can kind of see what you're trying to do is like trying to be like a little bit sneaky, but they kind of know that you're there anyway. But look how far like Ash ends up overextending here because like that's where the wave is going, and she, I don't know, like it's, yeah. Like you should have been there to dissuade that from happening. I think there's a realm here where you can look at getting a kill here still. But yeah, that's a shame. I definitely feel like you should have had a kill down here. I don't think they should have been able to turn it around on you at any point here. Like I'm instead of you like hiding and looking to like maybe like clever and looking for a pick and stuff, you just need that when in a situation where you have so much health and they're so weak, right? You just need to be the person that's kind of in their face and being the bully. Alright, stuff's happening. Uda's in your jungle. Yeah, I think this is a fine play. I think this is actually a good jungle call play. Their bot lane have recalled and they're still coming back from base. Ash can push in this wave. So yeah, it does free you up to doing a Baron. Dragon. But you kind of bail. Like really hard. Why'd you bail so hard? Like, why don't you just like auto hit Uda here? At least, at the very least, just to get the Glacial Augment proc down. And you can see like Brand here has absolutely no mana. So he's basically, at this point, only here for auto attacks, right? And your Ashe is now coming up because she's free. She's pushed in this lane already. So it's going to be ending up still into a 3v3. And with them having to tank the dragon here anyway. I'm a bit confused why you bailed so hard here. I don't know why you're so adamant about not having this fight. Because now by the time, if you already kind of decided to go into this fight, look how low Uda is. It's kind of too late. Although Tristan has kind of jumped into Narnia there. Nice Shen ulti too. Didn't even factor that in actually. Everyone always forgets about Shen ulti. So yeah, I can you maybe like tell me in your thoughts why you felt like you were going to be backing away from that mammoth? Because I kind of just want to understand it from your kind of perspective, because I'm finding it hard to understand why you bailed so hard on this objective. I think the jungle call was fine because their bot lane was already recalling. So you already had like 15 seconds over them in terms of getting to this objective before them. I think I was just scared Uda and I didn't know where Brand was. Okay, I mean, that's fine to know that you're scared about the objective. I think you have to auto hit Uda here though, right? You have to auto hit. And also you did have vision on the Brand here coming down, so if you had a quick glance, if you're able to quick glance, you can see that the Brand was like really low mana anyway. But here you should be auto hitting the Uda at the very least. At the very least, right? And here it's like, okay, Mundo's gonna die, that sucks, right? But, you know, as I said before, now Dragon's gonna be tanking, hitting onto Uda. Brand's low mana, you got Vex coming in, you've got your AD carry coming in now. I still feel like you had a role to play here. Okay. Spam pinging over to the dragon. Yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, you got nothing to come back down to bot lane for anyway, so yeah, you should be taking this dragon out at this point. Honestly, I would like you. I don't like. I want to see this more of you. I honestly was not expecting this from you. I don't. It's one of those weird ones where it could turn baddie for you. But honestly, I just wish you were more aggressive about the entire game. Like, this is really out of character from your gameplay. I like that now you're being aggressive, and I would rather you would like this all game. Particularly during the laning phase, right? But when you're... This is like super deep, and at least you got your jungler with you, and I think it ends up being okay. I'm just wondering like if can turn it around and then cut you off with Tristana maybe. But like, I wish you would do this during the laning phase rather than now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to praise this particular play so much, but I want to praise the mentality of it. When is it safer? Well, right now you're in like fucking Narnia, right? Because what could happen here, you've committed flashes, and you're kind of, you can easily like end up in a position where by the time you kill Zyra, Tristana comes in to close in, and then their mid laner and then jungle then squeezes you, and then you're stuck here, right? And you got nowhere to go. When it is safer is when you want me to do this. I want you to do this like a lot more in lane, like when you've got, like, you know, when Tristana doesn't have flash and you got like level 2, like I'd rather you do flash plays like now, like you know that this Tristana has no flash at this point into the game. You got level 2 advantage on them. Like, this is a way safer flash engage, getting dominance onto the laning, right? Does that make sense? I'd rather you do the flashy plays here now with you when you've got clear advantages, particularly the level 2 advantage, rather than the Narnia play here over here, right? Whenever that was in the game. Because I'm interested to see if you even get out after you do that. Yeah, because this is what I was worried about. At least it's not both of you dead, but that's exactly what I said would probably end up happening, because you are both very overextended there. You got Tristana that can cut you. You just basically get squeezed, right? And then you're contained in their blue buff. So you end up like using a lot of resources, both flashes, and you're probably gonna die because it's so deep, right? Like, you don't have mid lane priority, and at the time you didn't have much bot lane priority either, so it was a pretty ballsy play to make. I just wish it's so out of character though as well. So like, you're overly passive when you should be aggressive, but also at the same time you're overly aggressive when you should be a bit more passive. So to kind of like, I'd rather you be more aggressive throughout the entire game though, rather than being passive the entire game though when playing a hard engage support, right? I'm almost inclined to say that like hard engage supports are the hardest type of support to play, right? Much harder than enchanters and mage supports. Because when you're playing an engage support, generally you're gonna have to engage. And that can lead to deaths and mistakes and stuff, but I'd rather you test the waters, particularly in the laning phase, and understand your limits more now, rather than slowly creeping up and climbing and stuff, but still making the raw fundamental mistakes that you're doing and not knowing your limits and stuff. Like, you really need to test your limits now when you're playing engaged supports, particularly in that laning phase. You have to just go for it, honestly. Understand when your hero, your champion, is gonna be at a power spike, like the level 2. Pretty much every single engaged support is like level 2. Maybe level 6 as well. Like, you know, once you've got into like, once you go into like level 2, level 3, and then there's like a slight lull, and then it's like 6. Like, you know, those are your big power spike jumps when you're playing a tank engaged support, right? So those are the moments where you need to be really aggressive and use your advantage over them. Because, like, for example, if you Nautilus ulti Zyra, and then Ashe arrows her, she's going to do fuck all. She dies, and it's just then Tristana necessarily going to have to work around. Or even like the other way around. Even if you use everything on Tristana, Ashe arrow, Trist has no cleanse. Like, you're going to make a pick there no matter what. So, the next thing I'm looking at for you in your gameplay is I want to see how you're playing level 6. So I'm not really going to care too much from now on. I just want to see how you play level 6 ulti, because I think we've been through quite a lot of gameplay stuff right now. So yeah, like you're kind of waiting for level 6 really, and then I want you to go bam. Like Ashe is 6. You're also being on your tippy toes ready to follow up if she does arrow before you hit 6. Okay, you've hit 6, okay? Okay, look at this. Okay, so even though there are 12 levels between you both, the main thing here is Zyra is still level 5, okay? You should be already looking for a play here. I'd say like even 10 seconds ago, you could have already have looked for something. As soon as you hit 6 here, knowing that you're about to hit level 6, you should be getting ready to get into their face. You can even play it so like you can wait in this brush here that you're in right now. Wait until you hit 6, channel Hextech flash over, and then engage that way. So they won't know that you're hitting 6. They won't necessarily need to know that they have to respect it, right? Like you're about to hit 6, you should be aware of it because you can see the XP. The first thing is like even in this brush here, look to Hextech flash. I want you in their face. This Zyra is fucking illegal right now, right? You whack your ulti down on her right now. Okay? Okay, good. They're probably like a second or two too late. And then there's a hook. You gotta trust yourself more, my dude. Like, this is fantastic. You land the hook. Then you root. She's got no ulti, so the damage counter is going to be near nothing. And she has to flash if Ashe's arrow is ready, which I'm not 100% sure if it is. It is ready. Honestly, I think she just dies. And then if Tristana tries to defend that, then you just play it like, you know, the situation after that and see what you can do with the Trist. But now you've got no ulti. So once you've already like committed to your ulti, you kind of need to just like go in. And now it's like, now it's kind of too late because now she's hit 6. She can overlap her ulti. It's going to be now difficult for Ashe to move in. And without you really knowing, you got like 2 people coming down to say hi in the bot lane. But you can see like how even though you didn't have your ulti, it was just your Q. You managed to kill this Zyra, right? And you managed to get away still. So like if you had done that engage earlier, you would have killed the Zyra pretty quickly, efficiently, easy, and then you wouldn't even be in like this health. You would be in like 60-70%. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stop it here. I think there's a lot there that I think you have to work on during laning phase. I think laning phase is probably the hardest thing to do as an engaged support anyway, but I think that should give you enough information to go like, okay, I need to work on looking to engage, pay attention to my XP. Can I engage level 2? Get in level 2. Can I get in level 3 maybe? Do I have something else at level 3 that would change the fight? Go in level 3. Maybe have to wait around level 4, level 5, level 6. Do I have a game-changing ulti? Can I get level 6? Can I like be a bit sneaky about my level 6? Can I hide in the brush and then Hextech flash over? Like, if you're playing hard engaged supports, you have to kind of just go for it. You have to take risks. Some of them are going to backfire for sure, particularly with counter ganks, but you need to do those flashy plays in the lane with your AD carry as opposed to like doing it over here and like you can worry about those plays later, if that makes sense.
Berry bush, bizzle, 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 berry bush. What's up, baby? I was watching you play today, man. Before I went live.
That's cool animation. Hey Liz, thank you for the prime sub. Welcome to the berry bush. Much appreciated. Oh, my throat, man. 4 hours of constant yapping. But I hope that helps, the cross between it with the Alistair game. I'd say your Nautilus is better than your Alistair. I'd choose, like, if you're going to choose hard engage, just stick with the Nautilus for now. I think you need to stay on literally one hard engage support rather than playing multiple different ones. You have to learn the concept of hard engage support and do that on one champion, so you don't have to worry about mechanics on that kind of stuff, right? So just stick with Nautilus if that's what you're most comfortable with. Stick with Nautilus and just learn to exploit your level peaks in lane, and then after that, like in the mid game, late game onwards, it's literally like, are you far ahead enough to engage? If not, then you're paying for your carries. That's literally like playing hard engage mid game and late game. Honestly, is a lot easier than early, but you have to kind of get ahead early, really, with those hard engage supports. May I ask about the team comp? I don't know the pick order or if Mammoth has a mage in his champion pool, but with Mundo and Shen, would a mage enchant be better? No, because Mundo's magic damage and Vex is magic damage. It's fine. I know there's like 2 tanks already on the team, but in terms of like crowd control, there isn't a huge. I mean, it's a good. It's actually quite a good team comp, I'd say. I don't think it's anything too bad. You got a decent amount of damage there. I'd probably say that one thing you probably would be nicer is maybe a different champion than Ashe. Ashe is probably the weirdest pick here because it's like you might be lacking in a little bit of damage there, but I don't think going mage here helps at all because you've already got 2 magic damage dealers. So yeah, I think both team compositions are generally fine. Apart from maybe the weak one is probably Brand mid. I don't like the Brand mid pick at all. I think both teams are fine, generally. Yeah. Like if I was playing with, well, if I was Nautilus with this team, I'd be fine with it, I think. I'd be a bit concerned maybe about Ashe being a little bit vulnerable. So maybe Tristana jumping in and being a bit hesitant maybe to roam mid because Ashe should be a bit more vulnerable. But on the whole, I wouldn't be that bothered by the team comp. I think it's fine. Okay. Ooh. Oh. Well. Okay. I'm gonna do a solo queue game because my brain hurts now. That's like 3 and a bit hours of coaching. Let me just relax my brain and my throat a little bit. I'm getting a bit of a sore throat now. But I hope all the people that I coached today so far, I hope that's helped. Yeah, hopefully I can put you on the right path. Hope it helps.
Thanks for the coaching.
Hey man, oh that's super generous of you, man. Thank you very much for the $55 donation. That's really, really, really kind of you. Thank you, and I hope that helps. Thank you very much. Whew. I keep asking in chat before the match if anyone can suggest me a support-only content creator. The only answer I get is Bizzleberry. Keep asking in chat before match. Before match? In which chat are you asking? Yeah, there are a couple of support content creators. You've got I mean, the big name now, to be honest, really, in terms of support stuff is Aoki, but like he does Smurf / entertaining content, and I find it very hard to recommend him in terms of an educational perspective. But it's what the kids are watching these days, I think. So, yeah. Alright, Mammoth, all the best, man. What support should he play if Nautilus got banned? Whatever is most comfortable on. Yeah, I think like there wasn't. It's Tristana Zyra versus like what Ash plus question mark, right? You could do anything really. I mean, you could play it as like if you were losing lane by taking like a Janna, but then you'd never die, and then just play utility with the Ash. You'd have to hope someone gets ahead later on. You could. There's a lot of different things you could do there. I don't think there's a wrong pick there. We've done one AD carry session, and I think we did 2 support sessions, Jumbo. I think we did 3. I might do another one after this league game. I just need to... I can feel my throat going a little bit, so I'm just calming it down a little bit. But I might be able to be tempted to do another coaching session after this game if people want it. Maybe. You're the only good support main since 2019. I mean, yeah, there aren't that many support content creators around though, to be fair. It's like being the king of nothing, really. So, yeah. And I don't play League as much as I used to either. The last couple of years I haven't been playing League as much, so... We'd love to see an Enchanter coaching. Yeah, I could be swayed to do an Enchanter coaching session today. We haven't done... We've done Zyra and we've done 2 engage supports and we did an AD carry. So yeah, we can do an Enchanter one later if people want it. Zyra, I've done a lot of coaching sessions in the past. I did put a Zyra one up onto YouTube recently. But I've got like 40 or 50 support coaching sessions up onto YouTube, but some of those coaching sessions are from like a couple of years ago though. Which means the items are out of date, but I think general gameplay of everything is basically the same. Not much in League has changed really. If that's Yasuo, Rakan bot lane, I already don't want to play. I don't want to be here, to be honest. This is already a horrible lane. Okay, it's not Yasuo bot lane. It's actually playable. There is no sign up sheet. I've just been prioritizing people that have been supporting me for a long time. If this becomes a thing that I end up doing, then there might end up being some sort of sign up sheet. But there is no sign up sheet at the moment. But what I will say is there are a lot of coaching stuff. You should say, for example, if I coach a Zyra one trick and you play Zyra a lot, I guarantee you're making at least 60 to 70% of the same mistakes if you're around about the same elo. Because a lot of the things I'm saying, like when I'm seeing someone play Zyra, like every time it's always mentioning about you're not using your E properly, for example. Like a lot of the mechanical things are like mistakes are happening like the same. One of the reasons why I stopped doing coaching content though is because it doesn't do well on YouTube, so the coaching stuff doesn't usually do too hot for me on the YouTube stuff because it's like people don't realize that they can use that information for themselves. What do you mean you feel bottlenecked, Drake? You're still hard start D1 masters? Oh yeah, well a lot of the people I'm coaching are like gold. Well, today it was 2 bronze people, so I don't usually coach people higher than like emerald rank. Don't understand how the coaching works. What exactly should I do? Nothing. If I ask, do you want to be coached, and you're here and you say me, I might choose you. So yeah. There's no sign sheet. It's very, very casual. You know, I don't expect much for doing it either. It's just, I'm here just to help you guys out. If I can make a few pennies along with that, that's cool. But it just it means it's like a way for me to like play, like have League content without having to play League. I don't enjoy playing League as much as I used to, so it's a nice way to not actually have to play the game as well, which is kind of pog.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
But I have been prioritizing people that have been, you know, here for a longer period of time, that are subbed, have already supported me and stuff. So, like, you know, if you're one of those people, you're more likely to get chosen for the coaching sessions. There's not much we can do to help them, but she gets away. That's lucky.
Minions have spawned.
Put ward there just in case Diego looks to invade. Because Nidlee's going to be behind in her jungle now. Khan is there. There's Raptors. Lucian, Rakan, they're going to be pretty aggressive here. They win early. Is Guardian still good at Renata? Yeah, you can do Guardian, you can also do Glacier. Okay, that's okay. I think we're okay. As long as... okay. Thought the Sivir was going to like move forward there and get a little bit more damage into Rakan. There, we've got level 2 advantage here. I don't think we can get a huge amount from it though, but... thought the Lucian might go down. Just deciding whether or not it's possible to roam to mid here. Yeah, I'm on my way. No, he's just got 3. I think that helps the Zed out a little bit. I could have probably stayed there a little bit longer to deny Yasuo that kind of minion. But Nidalee didn't come over either. She was doing KFC, but I guess she wanted to eat all the drumsticks. Hey Andrew, how you doing? Okay. Sivir got a bit jumpy though. I shouldn't have wanted to hit that, sorry. Okay. A lot of activity happening here early. I might have to go up here. Let's hope the... okay, the Rakan's not here either though. I think we could... go for it. It's gonna give Zed my W here, it'll give him more movement speed. Had to kind of guess where he was there. Oh, what? Wait, where did Nidalee... Nearly thought he went over the wall. He renata W'd himself. That was a nice bait there though. Okay, ended up being okay in the end. Holy crap. That was insane. Why did I pick Renata? Because I thought it was going to be Rakan Yasuo. And I couldn't really think of anything in order to stop Yasuo, Rakan and bot lane. I think what we have here is still fine though. I think my ulti is going to be still... As long as Yasuo doesn't win wall it, I think we can get a really nice ulti. But this Yasuo seems quite good. Oh god. Okay, I'm dying. So I just need to sacrifice myself here. Yeah. Just gotta be annoying. Okay. Yeah, we can get a good ulti in. Nice. Zed's winning 1v1. No reason to go mid because there's no one mid. Okay, a little bit of a freebie flash there. Okay. Sure, whatever. Not really sure what that Lucian was thinking then. Okay, we just recall him. There's no reason for me to like roam mid here, for example. Maybe I should have hit that turret. It's kind of sad that hopefully that turret plate doesn't go. Lost the turret plate. Probably should have stuck around for that. Should have hit the turret a couple of times. Too clean Bizzle. I mean, I've done some okay stuff. I think that Lucian was just inting really, rather than it being good on my end. I think it was just that Lucian was just being an idiot. Lucian's going for the Sivir. Pushed him into the spear, it wasn't going to connect. I can't really help you that much right now. Okay, cool. It says, just have it. Oh my god. I mean, the strongest part of their bot lanes is laning phase. If they fall behind a laning phase,
An enemy has been slain.
the odds of us winning up a lot. Like, Sivir's better late game too. So two options here, help mid or recall. I think we just recall. So far going pretty well. I mean, I've got no real complaints. We've got some good mechanical players on our team too, so... The fact that they're losing early, the only thing we need to worry about is like Yasuo could end up doing quite well at going into the late game, but I think we're fine. It's ours to lose now. Just gonna try and get some early vision here. I've got a flash here in case I do get caught, but I should be fine. Hey, Sophisticated, how you doing? Got decent vision, so we can be a bit aggressive down here. How am I? I'm doing good, thank you. We've done some coaching sessions earlier. We might do one more after this game. Just needed a slight break. Hey Mog, thank you for the 16-month resub, thank you.
Dominating.
It's more of a don't jump on me kind of cue. Rakan's gonna hit 6 in a second. I think we win a 2v2 though. I think. Yeah, don't know what they're doing. Let's give. Alright. She can keep chasing as well. She's still got my W a little bit here. Oh. I'm gonna get ulted here, right? He doesn't have ult. Okay, I'm lucky he didn't ult. I probably shouldn't have flashed, but I didn't. Yeah, okay. This is greedy. We shouldn't be here. Yeah, let's get out.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Okay, cool. Yeah, as soon as Lucian went on to me there, it was just ult him, and then he started bashing down on Rakan, and then, yeah. Rakan's engaged basically just got nullified by my own, so then they were super far overextended in the lane, so then after that they were lost.
An enemy has been slain.
It's a shame like the ulti doesn't tell you like how much damage they've done to their own allies. That'd be kind of a cool thing. Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, their bot lane doesn't know what to do now. Legendary. I don't care about your. I let her have this plate, but then I want to hit this turret still, though. She wanted solo plate, but I want my gold. Yeah, I think Zed took teleport because
Your team has destroyed a turret.
he didn't feel like he was gonna maybe win against the Yasuo, which he probably shouldn't have, to be honest. It's just like really deep playing. There's not really much reason to do this. Right, there's a dragon up right now. We should just take dragon. We're like really far ahead, so we just okay. We got this Camille here. We should actually take her out. Okay. Just reset, get some new wards, get Shootiers. Not really much else to do. GG. Well, that was a quick one. Ugh. How long is that? Right, chat, I'm going to take a 2-minute break, and then if there's someone that has an Enchanter support game on their ranked match history for this patch that they want me to have a look at, I'll do it. Yeah.